in your life, and you kept up over and over. You violated my privacy. You violated my space. You did it behind my back. I almost died.
I understand.
You understand? So I don't have time for this negative energy.
Imagine being the face of a franchise, the couple everyone talks about through the highs, the cheating scandals, the tears, and the makeups. For over a decade, Kirk and Rasheeda weren't just part of asterisk love and hip-hop. Atlanta asterisk they asterisk were asterisk the show. Their drama pulled ratings, their brand became a storyline, and their marriage survived things most people couldn't even watch without shaking their heads.
I think that one went too far. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, because in all, you know, and I think I'd like to think that right now I see that she's super successful in everything she's doing. I've always said I wish her all the best. I'd like to think that if she's gonna be 100% honest, she knows that I never had anything but the best intentions for her, right? And the way that things transpired in that moment that it did, we were at an especially close place.
But now, Mona Scott, the woman who built the empire that made them stars, has had enough. She's cutting ties, and this time, it's final. The rumors started quiet, whispers in the background of production meetings, murmurs among crew members. But now it's loud. Mona is done protecting them. She's done playing the nice boss, and in a stunning twist, she's finally exposing why she's firing Kirk and Rasheeda asterisk now asterisk after years of standing by them. And what she reveals. It's not just about late call times or attitude problems. It's deeper. It's betrayal, manipulation, and a level of disrespect that even Mona couldn't ignore anymore, because what started as business turned into something personal.
You gotta be self-motivated. You cannot be looking for outside validation, right? A lot of times people need the outside stimulus in order to get up and to get going. You've got to be able to find that within, because if not, you dead in the water, right? Because people are going to come and go in your life. People are going to support you at some times and not at others. And so you've got to be consistent with being able to be self-motivated.
And Mona's about to tell the world exactly how two of her biggest stars went from family to liability, long before the headlines, before the hashtags and think pieces. Kirk and Rasheeda were asterisk goals asterisk. She was the boss chick rapper, wife, entrepreneur. He was her manager, her partner, the man who helped build her music career from the ground up. On screen, they gave fans everything: love, heartbreak, forgiveness. Off screen, they built businesses, from boutiques to cosmetic lines. People respected their grind. Even through the scandals, the cheating rumors, the outside baby, the trust issues, they stayed together. That loyalty made them icons. When asterisk love and hip-hop, Atlanta asterisk first aired.
I ain't trying to do shit. You already know I'm not. Like when, where, how, when.
So where the rest of the text messages at so I can find out this information about what y'all agreed to?
Why are your text messages deleted?
What you mean? I don't even know what the was being said. I was frustrated. I might have thought about and I don't know if I sent same day, the next day, I sent the money and did what I needed to do. That's it. I ain't do nothing else.
Mona Scott saw something special in them. She wasn't just producing a show. She was curating a movement. Rasheeda's strength, Kirk's stubbornness, their messy yet magnetic chemistry, it all sold millions of views. They were relatable and real. Every argument, every tear, it kept fans locked in. But behind all that success was a quiet power struggle. See, Mona's vision was always clear. Reality TV works when it's real. The emotions, the conflicts, the breakthroughs, that's what connects. But Kirk and Rasheeda began seeing themselves less as cast members and more as brand managers. Over the years, as their businesses grew and fame expanded,
Promise was fulfilled. The promise of what Love and Hip Hop should have provided for her was fulfilled. It provided an opportunity for her to now go into everything she's doing now.
They became protective of their image. Suddenly, certain topics were off limits. They wanted editorial control, approval rights, and to pick which storylines were safe for them. At first, Mona was patient. She understood. After all, they'd given the show years of their lives. But patience only lasts so long when millions of dollars and production schedules are on the line. Sources close to production say that around season 10, things started shifting hard. Rasheeda allegedly began refusing to film scenes unless they aligned with how she wanted to be seen. No more messy arguments, no more talk about Kirk's past infidelities. Producers say she wanted to pivot her story toward business and empowerment, but that's not what the network was paying for. And while Mona tried to accommodate her, Kirk was reportedly making things worse. Crew members complained that he'd show up late, question direction, and even challenge producers on set. But here's the twist: while they were acting like they'd outgrown love and hip-hop Mona discovered they weren't just distancing themselves, they were actively undermining the show. According to multiple insiders, Kirk and Rasheeda had been quietly working behind the scenes to build something else, something Mona didn't approve of. They'd been taking meetings with another network about a potential spin-off focused on their family and businesses. It would showcase their real life, their growth, and their legacy. But the catch: it would exclude Mona and VH1 completely. That move wasn't just ambitious, it was personal betrayal. Mona had always prided herself on loyalty. For years, she protected them from backlash, rewrote scenes to keep their image intact, even paused filming to give them breathing room when life got too real. And now, the same couple she'd gone to bat for was using her platform as a launchpad to cut her out of the picture. Then came the breaking point. It all went down during a filming day that was supposed to be routine. The plan was to shoot a scene about Rasheeda's business expansion. Simple, but when Rasheeda arrived, things immediately went left. She accused producers of trying to set her up, claiming they were twisting the narrative to make her look bad. Voices were raised, cameras were paused, and crew members were caught in the crossfire. According to multiple sources, Rasheeda told the team she was done being disrespected and threatened to leave the set mid-scene. Kirk backed her up, reportedly telling producers to shut everything down. What should have been a regular shoot turned into chaos. Security was called. Production halted. And when Mona heard what happened, she didn't yell, she strategized. Within 24 hours, she held a private meeting with her executive team and legal counsel. And what they laid out wasn't just one bad day, it was a pattern. Late arrivals, refused shoots, unapproved brand deals that violated contracts, gossip blog leaks, and, most damaging of all, that secret pitch to another network. To Mona, this wasn't just rebellion, it was sabotage. Internal reports labeled Kirk and Rasheeda as non-cooperative and detrimental to production. And that's when Mona decided enough was enough. She ordered their immediate termination. No warning, no final episode, no farewell storyline. Just done. But Mona didn't stop there. She had something to say. Without naming names, Mona took to Instagram and posted, "Loyalty is rare these days. But one thing about me, I feed people who deserve it." It was short, sharp, and loaded. Everyone knew exactly who she was talking about. Behind the scenes, more tea spilled. Mona reportedly found out that Kirk and Rasheeda had been sharing inside information with bloggers, stories about production tactics, editing decisions, and even salaries. They painted themselves as victims of manipulative storytelling, saying producers exaggerated their marital drama to keep ratings up. But what they didn't realize is that Mona had receipts. She allegedly had email trails, contracts, and text exchanges that proved otherwise. For her, the issue wasn't just about disobedience, it was about trust. These were people she'd invited into her creative circle, people she thought understood that reality TV, a partnership. And yet, they turned her brand into a bargaining chip. When the news broke that Kirk and Rasheeda had been fired, the internet went wild. Fans were split. Some said Mona was right for protecting her legacy. Others called her cold for cutting off two of the show's most recognizable faces. But the more details came out, the clearer it became this wasn't sudden. This was years in the making. A former crew member said, "Rasheeda checked out a long time ago. She didn't want to play the game anymore. But you can't sign up for reality TV and then demand to control reality." Another insider added, Kirk treated production like it was beneath him. He forgot that the same cameras that built his image could also bury it. Still, not everyone sided with Mona. A few newer cast members quietly admitted they felt Rasheeda was just trying to evolve, to show her growth beyond the drama. But others argued that she'd lost touch with what made fans love her in the first place, her transparency. Then came the biggest bombshell. Mona allegedly discovered that Kirk and Rasheeda had already filmed test footage for their own show, without her knowledge, without her blessing, using resources and connections they gained through *Love and Hip Hop*. That, to Mona, was the ultimate betrayal. It wasn't just disloyal, it was calculated. And when that footage reached her desk through a trusted source, Mona didn't hesitate. She made the call that ended their run for good. But this story isn't just about business, there's emotion behind every decision. For Mona, firing Kirk and Rasheeda wasn't easy. These were people she'd built with, celebrated with, and defended countless times. She remembered the early days when Rasheeda was doubting herself, when Kirk was struggling to balance family and fame. She gave them chances others wouldn't have. She believed in their comeback story. But at some point, loyalty starts to look like weakness when it's one-sided, and Mona had reached her breaking point. After their exit, she quietly began reshaping the franchise. In interviews, she hinted that a new era was coming, an era focused on authenticity, hunger, and respect. It's time to bring in new energy, she said. People who want to be here for the right reasons. That comment wasn't just about casting. It was a message to every star, every producer, every fan that *Love and Hip Hop* wasn't dying. It was evolving. Meanwhile, Kirk and Rasheeda didn't stay silent. Rasheeda posted a cryptic story that read, "Never bite the hand that built the table." Fans immediately caught the irony because to many, Mona was the hand that built theirs. Kirk went live soon after, claiming they were tired of being used for ratings and insisting they were ready to move on to bigger and better things. But the internet didn't buy it. Comment sections flooded with mixed opinions. One person wrote, "They forgot who gave them a platform." Another added, "Mona always plays chess. They tried to play checkers and lost." And in the middle of it all, Mona stayed composed. She didn't clap back with rants. She didn't release statements full of shade. She let the facts and her silence speak volumes. Privately, insiders say Mona's next move might shock everyone. There are talks of a tell-all special, one that pulls back the curtain and shows the real behind-the-scenes truth. The messy meetings, the arguments, the emails, everything. If that happens, fans might finally see how deep this fallout really went. But here's the truth that keeps echoing through all of this. Success doesn't guarantee loyalty. Mona gave Kirk and Rasheeda a legacy. She turned their lives into a household brand. And instead of protecting that, they tried to rewrite it. They wanted to be bigger than the show but forgot the show is what made them. It's a painful lesson. Not just for them, but for anyone chasing fame. Because in this world, power shifts fast. One season you're the face of the franchise. The next, you're the cautionary tale. As Mona puts it, you can't build an empire on shaky loyalty. So now, the future of *Love and Hip Hop* looks different. New faces, new stories, and maybe a little less chaos. But make no mistake, Mona's message is loud and clear. Respect the brand, or lose your seat at the table. And for Kirk and Rasheeda, that table is gone. Their empire might continue elsewhere. Maybe they'll land another show. Maybe they'll rebuild their narrative on their own terms. But one thing's for sure, when Mona Scott closes a door, it stays shut. Because in her world, loyalty isn't negotiable. It's everything. So, what do you think? Did Mona finally do what had to be done, or did she go too far? Was it betrayal, or just business? One thing's for sure, this chapter of *Love and Hip Hop* may be over. But the story Mona just unleashed, it's only getting started.